Bienvenidos, Ushamadid, and welcome Michigan State University learners who are taking the Capstone Portfolio course. My name is Travis Bonfili, and I was a Capstone Portfolio course learner in the spring 2021 semester. I also chose the Weebly website builder in order to create my Capstone Portfolio project. In this video tutorial, I'm going to share with you how to create a porthole image of a photo. And a porthole image is nothing more than an image that appears to be a circle. Now, if you're familiar with the Weebly interface, you probably know that when you go to add photos in, those photos are going to be squares. And so if I was to come over here to my Weebly website builder, and let's go ahead and take a look at some pages here, and specifically, we're interested in our home page. And so here on the home page, you can see I've added in this porthole photo. Now, if I was to try to build out a regular image using the Weebly website builder, you see that the image that comes in is going to be a square. In other words, it's not going to be circular. Let me go ahead and upload a photo, and simply I'll upload the same headshot that we're looking at right now. And what you'll see is that the image is going to be a square. Now, there's really no way for me right here to change the shape of this image. Now, I can edit the photo, I could change the size, move it to different locations, but I can't make it circular. So let's see how we would do that. And I'm going to show you two ways. The first is going to be what I'll refer to as the preferred method. And I want to make sure I give full attribution to the individual who provided the response. Now, this is probably going to be the more difficult way to do this. But I came into the Weebly community and I did a search and I found this individual here, Joe H. And he provided a response because someone else was interested in doing a circular image. And you can see there's a lot of code here on the screen. But the code that we're really interested in is down here in the green. And as you can see, Joe actually has a porthole image of himself. And so here's all you would need to do. And this is why this is a little bit more difficult. The image that you're looking to use for the porthole photo or the porthole image, it has to be available somewhere out there on the internet. So as long as you can get to it on the internet, and I have my image posted, so that's why I was able to pull that down. But watch what happens here. The green text, starting with style, all you have to do is simply copy this text. And the only thing that we would need to change, unless we wanted to change the width and the height of the image, and I'll show you what that looks like. But the only thing you would have to change is the source here. Where on the internet is the photo that you're referring to that you want to appear in your porthole image? So let's come back over here to the builder, and here's what I'm going to do. Let's go to a different page where that photo right there of me doesn't exist. And so we'll go back over here to pages, and let's go down to the contact page. Now, you'll notice that I've got some other elements here on my canvas, but let's add in the image, a porthole image at the top. So to do it, we're going to embed code. And that's maybe the tricky part, is because you might be thinking, oh, you bring the image out, bring this image box out, and then you put the code into the image box. Well, no, we're going to actually be embedding code. And so I'll put it up here at the very, very top. And you can see it says click to set custom HTML. So I'm going to center things, or I'll pick center, and all I'm going to do is paste in, click edit HTML, and I'm going to paste in all of that code, right? And there's not a whole lot of code, and you can see here it's just .round image. Now there's a width and a height, and we can manipulate that if we're interested. You've got the background color if you're interested there, align any text center. But the most important part, again, is this HTTP all the way to the JPEG image, and it's got to be inside these quotes. So if there's an image you wanted to reference and put into the porthole, this is all you would have to do. So let's do it using Joe's image here. And there you go. And so you can see the image has been added. Now, the one thing that I was unable to get working here is the image says that it's centered. Excuse me. However, as you can see, it is all the way over here to the left. And I was okay with that in the image I was using on my home page, again, because I just kind of dropped it in right here. And you can clearly see I increased the size. Well, let's look at how you would do that. Maybe you think that's too small, it doesn't align well. So click on the image, click Edit Custom HTML, and then it's right here. So let's change this to 200 by 200. And all you do is you click outside that box, and now we have the new image size. And maybe this is a little more in line with what you're looking for. Now, we can move the image, right? Maybe if I bring it over here to the side of, excuse me. And that actually looks pretty nice. I actually kind of like this. And here's what I did. You can squeeze over, right, the panel between the image element, this porthole image element, and your, you could have text over here, whatever you have over here, and you can drag that and kind of close it down. So if you do that, right, you'll notice what happens. I miss some of the image has been cut off here, right? And that's where you would have to make a decision. All right, well, I did 200 by 200, but you know what? If I want to keep that the way it is, what if I dropped it to 150 by 150? All right, well, that looks awesome, doesn't it? I mean, I think this really adds quite a bit to any page. And I like that circular porthole image effect as opposed to the square images. Again, it gives it a really nice custom look. It's going to differentiate your Capstone portfolio from other learners who only have the ability or the skills to put a square photo in, a square image in by using the image box right here. All right, so that's one way to do it. Again, this may be a little more complicated because the image you're referencing, right, this, where's it down here at the bottom, starting with that HTTP, this image has to be available out there somewhere on the internet. So you would have to have a photo of yourself that you could reference in order to add it in. And you could also put in your alt text here if you wanted to. Maybe someone pulls it up in a browser that doesn't support it, and you can just say, porthole image of me, right? And there we go. And so again, we're using Joe's image here as an example. So now let's take a look at the other way I found to do it. But again, I like this way the best for me. If this doesn't work for you, here's another way to do a porthole image that might work for you. So I'm going to come up here I'm going to come over here to the Weebly. Basically, they have an app center, right? Where there's little apps that you can add in. Some are free, some are premium, some are free premium, right? But they have this free app here called Porthole, right? So there's an app that'll plug in to your Weebly website builder interface. And let me click on that. And you can see the pricing is free. And take a look at what they've been able to accomplish here. And they actually created a slideshow of porthole images, right? And again, this is just kind of showing you what you would be able to do. So let's see what this looks like. And again, all you have to do is click add. It's absolutely 100% free. Whoops, 100% free. And says porthole will be added. I click connect and it's been successfully installed. And again, I had installed it previously, but it is now successfully installed. And you can see it shows up down here on the bottom where all of the apps are located, right? If you wanted to do a Facebook stream, there's all kinds of cool apps that are out there. We're focused on this porthole app. So let's go back to that contact page. And hopefully we still have Joe's photo there, and we do. And let's go ahead and click on Build up here at the top. We'll come down to Porthole. And now we're going to drag that image out, or this app out here. And you see I can put the image, see if we can put it up here and get it centered. All right, this might work a little bit better. So now it says, click on the image. All right, we're going to upload an image, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that same small PNG headshot. And let's see what that looks like here with the porthole image. Now, obviously, it comes out much larger than Joe's custom code, the CSS code that we put in there. However, he was able to size that down. Can I do the same thing here? If I'm in this image and you see, I can actually shrink that image and take a look at that. Is that not totally cool? So if you don't have an image that's available out there on the internet, here's another way that you can add a porthole image into your Weebly website builder and Capstone portfolio. And so what did we see in the example? Well, they brought out, what if I was to bring in some additional porthole apps, right? What if I want more than one photo up here and I want it to be a porthole style photo? Well, let's go ahead and I'm going to add another image of myself. Now, this will be interesting to see. You'll notice that it sizes it much larger than what I have over here. If I wanted to shrink it down, and this is where it might get a little tricky, right? Because now I'm just kind of eyeballing things in terms of, is that the same size? Is that not the same size? And let's add in one final photo. And I think by now you get the image, or you get the idea that this may be an easier way for you to approach things. But again, if the image that you have is out there on the internet, you could use that CSS code and do it that way, or you could use the Porthole app and do it this way. Again, I'm going to go ahead and delete these after I stop the recording or actually I think I'm going to keep my image on the page here instead of Joe's on my Contact Me page. But that's it for this Weebly website builder tutorial. Again, very, very cool. And it's a way to distinguish your Capstone portfolio or the images you're displaying in your Capstone portfolio from those of the other learners. All right, well, hopefully this tutorial has helped you out. Thanks so much for watching. Best of luck to you in your Capstone portfolio course, and have a great semester.